Hello.
Hi, Sully.
Hi, Sully. Oh my God.
Welcome, everyone, to In the Pit. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good
Big Nick,
evening.
you're looking a
Good
little
morning.
different.
Good night.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Must be a haircut or something like
Yeah.
that. You know, he doesn't really usually wear hats.
No, that's it.
Nick.
I
So,
look like the best athlete
Speak
in
into the
office.
mic.
Nick.
You know what, Johnny? Don't tell me what to do.
I'm going
Nick
to.
talking highly about yourself, calling yourself the best athlete in the office.
Yeah. He just wants more clout for his TikTok.
Hey.
He finally got a video over 500 views.
Hey.
All I had to do
Wow.
was call himself the
That's
best
not
athlete. Oh, I'm sorry. The other one was of me. So finally, you have something
Of you.
original that got you
Well, the other one
a
got
few
10
thousand
the other one
views.
got
Did
10.
it? Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Just making fun of Ben real quick.
Yeah, that's all. Ben.
We got a-
Oh, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Ben.
Yeah.
Hey.
We got a great show this week. So all week long, Big Nick won't be here.
No, he is.
He is on vacation.
And so far, I got 2 DMs on Instagram of people taking pictures with Nick.
Yep.
So if you see Nick, you take a picture with him, send it our way. Because I
Dante
guess
will just look at
we're starting a collection now. So yeah.
Dante will see it and do nothing with
Yeah, I
it.
won't respond to you, but I'll look at it for sure.
You want to hit us with the intro, Ben?
Yeah. I got you.
All you got to say is the episode title.
I know.
Yeah,
and
you
I
looking
know.
I do that stuff. That's my gig.
Well, I did it last time. So
Oh, yeah?
If you want me
No.
to do it, I can.
Hey,
No,
remember-
you just do Big Nick's role. Oh, did he?
Remember, the second annual Wiffle Ball Home Run Derby airs tonight.
Airs
Uh-huh.
tonight.
Yeah.
Important.
remember.
Yeah.
American Soil merch is out now.
It is
though.
out.
It
It
is,
is
it
for
is.
sure.
All right, everyone. Welcome to In the Pit 446.
Yeah.
Good
Very
job.
exciting.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I forgot. And then he says, "All right, throw it over to Johnny to do."
Give him.
And then I'm going to pass it to
the
myself
rundown.
to tell you what's coming out tonight.
no. I'll do that. It's my job. Don't step on my toes.
Pass it to my
He hates it when people step on his
All
toes.
right, this is
He's
what we got coming out
fragile
tonight.
toes.
I don't know if. So as one last Sophie content thing coming out tonight, we have a little surprise for her. Well, she's seen it obviously.
We had a surprise.
We had
for
a surprise for
yes.
her. Check out the video coming out tonight. Her favorite artist, musician, may have given her a little bit of a surprise. Should we say who it is? I mean, it's gonna be the thumbnail probably.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
Sophie is a big Quinn 92 fan.
Or Quinn XCII.
if you're
if that
Casey.
helps
If
you
you're
out.
Casey,
If you're
yeah.
Casey.
Yeah.
If you're Casey.
And we got Quinn 92 to surprise Sophie. So check out that video tonight. It's on our YouTube page.
That'll be a good one.
It's a good one.
Great one.
And then tomorrow night we've got What Do You Mean Part 2. The first part came out last week.
The finals.
That's so much Chipotle for lunch.
Too much Chipotle.
Too much Chipotle.
I was telling Ben when we were doing the wrestling, so I got a Chipotle,
Yeah.
and they just loaded up my bowl, like absolutely loaded it. But I also got double rice and double beans because I'm a psycho,
Ooh.
and then I got chips on the side and then a tortilla. The carb to protein ratio was like 3-to-1 minimum. Like,
Nice.
I got so much carbs in me right now. I feel like
I'm bloated.
I feel like I'm just like everything just like expanded everything.
Flex on them. So we have part 2 that coming out tomorrow. What Do You Mean? Back to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Mustache Bros Wrestling channel, we've got Guess the Wrestler by Action Figure.
Yes, we do. Oh my god,
Did you ever have
that was a
any-
doozy.
Did you have any wrestling action figures growing
Did
up?
I have any, Johnny? If I told you how many, you
Well,
you probably
He
would
has
think
them
I
on
was
his
crazy.
desk right now.
Yeah, that's on
I
his
have two of
desk. I was
them.
gonna say.
That was like, as people may know, wrestling was like my thing growing up. So I had plenty of
Yeah.
action figures. Yes,
Um,
which should be a good
We
one.
know growing wasn't happening.
Oh, he's got a
No.
small cock.
This is really why I didn't want. whoa! We're talking like, listen, you can call me short height and all that stuff, but let's not. Bring
I'm short
that-
too, so
let's
it's
not
fine.
bring that guy into
fine.
it. All right? No, I know you are.
Oh, I
I'm
wasn't.
very
I
well
wasn't.
aware.
John.
I know.
Johnny
I know.
brought
I'm
it.
looking at Johnny. Listen,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
bring him involved. Don't get him involved.
Don't bring
him.
Don't bring my
Him.
52-foot long cock into
That's
this.
right.
All right.
He's
That is
personifying
canon.
it. He's
That is canon.
Leave my cannon out of this, Johnny.
Well, I
all right?
said it's canon that you have
No,
a
not
massive
your
cock.
canon.
Nick Cannon?
Canon.
Nick
It's
Cannon?
canon.
Canon means
If something's
like
canon.
a storyline. If something's
Yeah.
canon.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I thought you said like
let's
candid
let's
first.
continue.
No, so if something's canon, it means it's part of the story. So if you say something that's like, something that's been established previously, it's canon.
You know how they make.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we've established
Star
that
Wars and things
52-foot
Yes,
dick a while ago,
exactly.
many times.
All
Okay,
right.
It's established,
we're on
it's
the same
canon.
page. Thank
Yes,
you, guys.
yes.
All right, we're on the same page.
So that aside,
Back to topics.
aside, if you want to be a part of our conversations like this, riveting stuff, we
Great
got going on here,
conversation. Unbelievable.
you can hop on over to our Patreon. We got a lot of great content coming out there. We got bonus TikToks. We got bonus podcasts. We got bonus YouTube clips all over there. Check that out. You can also watch In the Pit live on Mondays and Wednesdays. It's a really great deal. Got a lot of things we offer there. We've got a lot of people in the chat today. We got our usuals: Sonny, Connor, Ethan, Jesus, all in the chat, and Amanda, all in the chat today. So shout out to those people. Be a part of our conversation. Go subscribe to our Patreon, and we'll see you guys there.
Word.
Let's get into the topics.
Let's get this one out of the way.
We'll talk about.
Please.
Well,
Let's
okay. We want to just
let's just
jump
get
in-
this. Let's
really
just get
just-
this one out of the
let's
way.
rub it out.
Yeah, rub it out.
Jesus Christ! All right.
I didn't even. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So to start off the show today, we're going to talk about this and how stupid it is. Deshaun Watson given a 6-game suspension,
And
no fine by NFL's disciplinary officer Sue Robinson, a former judge, stating Watson did violate the league's personal conduct policy, but there wasn't enough evidence to justify an indefinite suspension. So he fucked up. He did something wrong, but you know what? Take it easy on the guy. He's suffered
Not
enough,
only
hasn't
that,
he?
he's only losing $373K of
Yeah.
his massive salary.
Of his
Whereas
what,
previous salary, he would have
Of his
lost
fully guaranteed deal.
$11.67 million.
Yeah.
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 I mean, the guy's losing pennies over it, which I guess he needs to save the money to pay the people off.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he got that signing
I'm sure
bonus up
that's why
front.
he got
yeah.
the signing
Yeah.
bonus. Yeah. So out until October 23rd. That's when the suspension will be up. First game would be against Baltimore, October 23rd, if everything goes the way it's going right now.
The one
Yeah.
silver lining, he doesn't play against the Pats or the Chargers.
That's true. That's good for
So-
both of us. That
Yeah.
should be a win for both of us. And I
But
guess
it's really awful.
No,
It's
the
just-
whole
it's just-
situation's
it's such
fucked
a
up.
It's more of a terrible look considering when you look at the other suspensions that's happened recently. So you have DeAndre just got suspended 6 games for PEDs, and then Calvin Ridley being suspended the entire season for betting,
is ridiculous.
which I mean, obviously I'm not.
it's a punishable offense. Like you should get
100%.
punished for that, but you're
But
getting
not even close to
You're getting
24 sexual
suspended
assault.
a year
And-
for betting on another team, and it was like what, like $2,000 or something like that.
I think
It's
on
like-
top of all that too, Deshaun Watson has shown no remorse.
Hmm.
He has shown no, he hasn't given.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't care.
No.
He doesn't think he did anything wrong. He just showed no
No.
remorse. And you look at a similar situation in baseball with Trevor Bauer. Very similar, where they both showed no remorse during everything. They kept fighting and fighting and fighting.
Except Bowers on one extreme.
Yeah,
And
I mean they're both on.
Watson's on the
They're
other.
both on. Yeah,
Well, I'm saying
suspension-wise.
suspension-wise,
Yeah.
yeah.
But at least what MLB showed is that we will not tolerate behavior like that. You know,
It was good. I was,
It was,
good on the
you know,
MLB because I wasn't
it's good on
expecting
the
that
MLB.
big of a suspension.
Deshaun Watson isn't going to learn anything. And the fucking cherry on the fucking cake or whatever is the fact that he is no longer allowed to get massages from outside people, only from Browns personnel.
What?
So we don't trust this man ever again. But you know what? He didn't do anything wrong.
That's it
Like it is
tough.
it is
It's
sickening.
tough.
It is
It's awful.
it's one of the more grosser decisions that the NFL's
but
done.
like again, not shocking.
Not shocking.
Not
Like, it's
shocking.
just
given
it's not
Goodell's track
shocking.
record. Not shocking. at all.
Yeah. So
And you know what? We're all gonna fucking watch Deshaun Watson play football on fucking Saturdays or Sundays because it's a great product on the field.
I wonder how much. So you compare it to a Big Ben situation. Obviously, this is a much bigger thing because there's so many more allegations and cases. But I would say that towards obviously the last few years of Big Ben's career, everything kind of blew over.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering how much this will blow over
it's a good
for
question.
Watson later on in his career.
Well,
That's a time will tell
Think
type
about
of thing.
Adrian Peterson also.
yeah.
Because
That hurt him for a while.
Peterson,
yeah.
like Watson, Watson has missed a year of football. He wasn't suspended by anyone.
Right.
He was just put on,
Right.
indefinite administrative leave, where he got paid. Right, he got paid for that. last
Yes.
season,
Yes.
right?
I don't think. Yeah.
So it's, oh man, I'm just reading an Athletic headline where they just took a shot at Weezer for no real reason. For years, the Oreos epitomized a new Weezer album, a modicum of consistent disappointment. What an out-of-pocket Weezer diss. Going back to what I was saying before about Deshaun Watson, though. It's, I forget where I was with him. What was I saying? You remember?
Like Adrian Peterson comparing.
Oh
to
yeah, Adrian Peterson. So he missed a year, and he'll miss a year and 6 games. But again, he wasn't suspended before, so it's a different thing altogether.
He was just sitting out. Really.
He was just sitting out. Yeah, well, the Texans made him sit out.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Browns only gave $1 million contract for this season because they knew he'd get suspended. The Browns are
knew.
complicit.
Yeah.
In terms of this blowing over, I think this will be remembered. He
Yeah,
has.
I mean, it should
I
be.
think it's a little bit different because it's so public.
I think
And the way that Big Ben's wasn't.
Right. So I think when Big Ben's happened, there are so many memes about this, and like it's such like a thing people post and make fun of.
Yeah.
And, like compared to like obviously when it happened to Big Ben, like it wasn't, social media wasn't where it's at. So I think in that sense it's gonna stick around longer and probably stay more relevant longer.
And that was
As
also
it should.
2008. A very different political climate then than it is now.
Right.
Very different climate.
100%.
So, I think this won't get forgotten, especially because of how complacent every part of this organization was. The Texans were a part of this, cover up.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns only giving him $1 million salary because they knew he was going to get suspended, and giving him all that money up front so he could fucking pay people off.
Yeah.
Wild.
That is
Fuck that the Browns did their homework. Their homework was, can we cover this up and how many games will he get suspended?
Yeah, this is
So-
definitely something that they knew about. They knew he was going to get this when they trade.
Oh
traded
yeah.
for
I mean,
him.
I don't think they knew 6 games,
But they knew it wasn't going to be like it's not going to be like a full year or
Yeah.
anything like that.
even the Browns go fucking 2-4, they're still going to be a fucking playoff team
Russ
this year.
just texted me. Shout out Russ. He goes,
RBK.
"Did you hear the news?" In all caps.
About what?
I
texted you?
have Russ. I have
RBK.
no idea what that means.
Russ.
Wrestling.
Probably something wrestling related.
We got a little wrestling topic at the end of the show.
Let's
You hear the
find
news?
out. Let me see.
Vince McMahon retired.
yeah, right. All right, I'll get to the bottom of this.
Get to the bottom of it. Yeah. We'll talk. That's what we're talking about later. So yeah, disgusting, gross. Should we?
Just an
yeah.
awful look for the
awful
NFL.
look for
Yeah,
the NFL.
let's- yeah, let's-
I think they could. NFL still might give him a different suspension because that's just the, and then that'd be discipline. That'd be the NFLPA would go against it.
Right.
Which I don't know why they're fighting. I guess I know they have to, but like Jesus Christ.
No.
Yeah.
Sports betting in Massachusetts. I know.
Oh, that's what he's.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about that too.
I've known.
Did you just wake up, Russ?
Yeah,
Probably.
Russ, wake up.
Moving on.
Did he text you too?
No. Should we do more sad news?
I mean, if we're on the train, we might as well keep going.
Yeah, we'll rip the Band-Aid
All
off.
right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off.
Somber day yesterday for Celtics fans and all basketball fans and all fans of just like life, I guess.
Yeah.
NBA legend and sports icon Bill Russell passes away at 88. Dante pouring out his
big
water.
pour for him.
Yeah.
88 years.
One of the best champion, the most winning person of all time. 11 NBA championships, 2 championships in college, a gold medal.
2 in high school as well.
He's just won
Winner wherever he went.
everywhere.
On and off the field.
Also did a lot for civil rights. Was a big proponent of especially of all the hatred he received in Boston. Which I was reading some quotes from his daughter and all that yesterday. It's just awful stuff he saw in Boston. But despite all that, being the biggest champion, like the person who won the most rings of any athlete in American sports. One of the biggest. I saw someone call him the Babe Ruth of basketball. And I think that's kind of a fair comp for basketball.
All
I'd
right.
say Wilt maybe is more Babe
I
Ruth,
think
but
we talk about
it's
myths.
disrespectful
Yeah.
to Babe Ruth.
Wilt. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wilt's a
that's
myth.
why I
To
say
me,
more
Wilt's a
Wilt.
myth. Yeah, I get that.
but maybe like the mantle of basketball, where did so much and like won so much.
yeah,
one
he'll
of the
he'll
biggest
always
icons
be
of the game.
regarded as like a top player of all
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
because of everything that he's done to the game.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I've had this argument many times when we debate where you rank like top 10 lists are all time, and I always find myself putting Bill Russell in the top 5. And the reason why I do that is because, listen, I understand he played in an era where there was only so many teams, this and that. But if you look at his stats, I mean, he was going up against Wilt Chamberlain like 20, 25 times a year. Always had a matchup with him. Finished years averaging 20-something rebounds a game. Wasn't a great scorer, but also he played in an era where they did not record blocks. In all honesty, he probably averaged like 10 blocks a game minimum in his career, but that never got tracked. But yeah, just like the staple. I mean, he's probably not our generation, but the Birds and the Magic's their favorite player. That was the
Yeah.
guy that they looked up to and stuff. He just did everything the right way. The way he handled his life on and off the court, he was admirable. He did a lot of work for every community, all that stuff, civil rights, like you mentioned. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's many people that have walked the face of this earth that have lived a life as full as Bill Russell. In 88 years, that dude did a lot, winning on and off the floor. So, R.I.P. to the great. I mean, he was a staple for Boston. I'm sure the Celtics are going to have this big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Next year, they're going to honor him.
They'll
They'll
have
probably wear
they'll wear
hats, the
hats on
whole
it
thing.
for
They'll do
yeah.
stuff for him all year round.
Yeah. I think one of the more crazy stories that I've heard about Bill Russell is how he had to get his jersey retired on not in a private
Yeah,
ceremony.
in a private ceremony.
Because of Celtics fans.
He got accepted to the Hall of Fame like 60s, 70s, but he didn't accept it until 2019 when someone Cooper, I forget what his first name was, Charlie Cooper, something Cooper.
Whoa, big trade. Finish your story.
Cooper, they wouldn't allow him into the Hall of Fame, and he was like the first, he was the first of something to break the barrier, whatever it was, and he's like, I'm not accepting it until he gets put in. And once he got put in 2019, Bill Russell officially got inducted. So
Yeah.
just to tell you a little bit like of the type of person he was. But all right, what happened?
Why
All right.
would they do that?
Is Josh Hader?
Yeah,
Is that what
Josh
you're
Hader
talking about?
news.
Why would the
New
Brewers do
report coming out from Ken Rosenthal. Brewers are close to moving closer Josh Hader. Padres strongly in the mix.
I mean,
Why?
the Padres have to be giving up.
This probably
They
puts
have
him
to
out
be
of the Soto
backing up
race.
the Brinks truck.
Yeah.
For Hader.
So
Because the Brewers are first in their division with the best closer in baseball. Why would you do that? He has 29 saves this year.
he has a 4.24 ERA. He's had a terrible
He had a terrible
July.
month, but he's still.
Yeah,
I mean,
he has 29 saves, leads the league in saves, but like maybe they're worried about his peripherals. You know, I haven't watched any of the Brewers this
I
year.
don't know, man.
But maybe his ear. I'm looking up on Brooks right now where he's at with like fastball velocity and stuff because he had such a bad
He did have an
July.
awful month.
He had a
did.
12 ERA in
He did.
July.
But at the same time, how
he's
can you
expensive,
move a
too.
guy like that?
Is July a
Especially-
bad month for everyone? Like, what happens in July to some of these players?
Just the Red Sox and the Yankees had a bad July too.
The Yankees, yeah, they
Those
had
had a
they
good
have
one.
a good July. Better than the Red Sox, I'll tell you that.
Let's see what we got here.
I mean, the Brewers do have good back end guys.
Yeah, I mean,
either way.
they
still have
move-
Devin Williams.
yeah.
They still have Ashby.
Ashby's starting for them now.
Is he?
Yeah. I mean, he started yesterday
I
for
just
them.
I don't get it though. I don't know. I
Let's see,
don't
pitch
get that
types.
from the Brewers.
Yeah, I mean, I think is Hader a free agent after this year?
I have no idea.
He is a free agent in 2024, so he has 1.5 years left. He's gonna get paid probably 15, 20 million this year. Closers who are overused always scare me. Closers who are been
No, that's
used
fair. That's fair.
because I think the crowning example of it is Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw, back for the Indians and Indians,
Yeah.
was an elite reliever
He was
for a
great.
couple years.
He was great.
And he pitched. Francona ran him into the ground. And then as soon as he leaves Cleveland, when he goes to Colorado, he implodes. And it's never the same reliever. And
Yep, it's final to the Padres.
to the Padres, wow.
passing. Pass
Wow,
bomb.
Padres. That probably puts them out of the Soto race.
I mean, yeah, I can't imagine that's cheap.
No.
I cannot imagine that's cheap.
I don't want Soto to go to the Dodgers. I really don't think the Dodgers Soto moves. We'll talk about deadline stuff. But going back to the Hader
That's
news.
crazy. I think. Well, first of all, I think deadline-wise, I think this is going to get the ball moving. with
Yeah,
everything.
definitely.
So,
I mean, this is a big trade. I think maybe this signifies that either.
it's also out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I saw something yesterday about Hader possibly being on the move. I think Rosenthal tweeted it yesterday too. But where's velocity? I'm looking at velocity here. My pitch types. Ultimately, though, I think that that's I can see where the Padres are coming from because it's going to be a $16, $17 million closer for them. I know they're winning right now. Maybe at the major league for major leaguer trade. Maybe they get another asset out of it.
See, I'm trying to think. I mean, I
Who on the
doubt they're going
Padres?
reliever for reliever.
No. Taylor Rogers. There you go. Reliever for reliever.
Wow, they did.
Yeah.
And they just got Taylor Rogers too.
Yeah. Well, Taylor Rogers has been bad for them too. Taylor Rogers is their closer who they got from the Twins this offseason.
So that doesn't put him out of the Soto race.
I mean, there's probably more around that because Rogers hasn't been good this year. Rogers has a 4.35 ERA. He has how many blown saves? Where's blown saves? Why are they showing me blown saves? I think he has like 6 or something blown saves. I was reading something about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy trade. Taylor Rogers close, expected to go back to along with prospects. Yeah, I worry about Hader's peripherals and such, but I think that, obviously Josh Hader's Josh Hader. He has been one of the best relievers in baseball over the past 5-6 years. And ultimately, it's going to be a good move for the Padres. Padres in win-now mode. I mean, they can
Rightfully
still,
so.
Yeah, rightfully so. This is their time. If Tatis comes back this year, which it looks like he will.
Granted, Tatis stays healthy, but I mean, they're still.
I mean, at that point.
they're still winning without Tatis.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Crazy trade, interesting trade.
Overrated.
So yeah, let's get into MLB trade deadline. Sorry to cut the Bill Russell.
Oh no,
tribute
no,
off.
no, no. We are all good. R.I.P. Bill Russell.
R.I.P. Bill Russell.
That's what's important.
Ultimately. Moving on, over the weekend we had one other major trade. Luis Castillo traded to the Mariners from the Reds. I love what the Mariners are doing. They already have a good starting rotation
They
with
do.
Kirby, Robbie Ray.
Logan Gilbert.
Logan Gilbert.
And they got Brash coming too.
Exactly.
He's been up and down. So.
Yeah. So they have a good rotation. And I think this trade was really inspired by them getting the wild card because someone was talking about, well, it's a 3-game series and a 5-game series. And if you win your 3-game series, what's the package?
Dinelson Lamet's in it too.
He's still
So
around.
so it's Rogers, Robert Gasser, Esteury Ruiz, and then Dinelson Lamet.
I didn't know Lamette was still around. Is he in their
What?
bullpen?
Yeah, he pitched last night or
Really?
2 nights ago, I think. Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't put him
Wow.
out for Soto, though.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
So the idea is like if you are, making out of your best of 3 series, you play all 3 games. Who starts game 1 for you in the next round? If you starting, a shitty 4th starter versus their 1 starter, then you're at a disadvantage.
Right.
So it really prioritizes winning the first 2 games of a series, being one of the first 2 seeds.
Yeah.
But the Mariners know they're probably at the wild card, and so they're preparing. And by adding Castillo, it pushes, Robbie Ray isn't vaccinated. If they're playing the Blue Jays, which they very well might be playing the Blue Jays, it pushes them into a spot where, they are okay with Robbie Ray not pitching in Toronto.
Yeah.
And then he's all set up for the next round. So I like the move for them.
I like the move. I thought it was
They got a great deal.
I thought it was a little pricey. I thought the
Yeah,
Reds
the
actually
Reds got a
came
great
out.
deal.
I thought the
Yeah.
Reds came out close to winners. I mean, that's the thing. I wouldn't call it a losing deal for either team. So the Padres kept all of their big prospects.
Yep. Do you have passing on notifications?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that. Too much.
I love when it would pisses me off sometimes though, because he'll
He'll tweet his
tweet his
articles.
long articles.
Uh-huh.
So I remember one day I was taking a nap and my phone just going buzzing 18 times in a
Yeah.
row, and it's just 18 different tweets from Passan. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god,
Crazy trade, though, for the hater trade.
wild.
Didn't really see that coming. But going back to other baseball trades, the Angels announced through John Heyman that Shohei Ohtani will not be moved
Yep.
this trade deadline. I'm not really surprised there.
No.
I think that Ohtani is too valuable to move in terms of
Way
just
too
all
valuable.
aspects of baseball.
Is next year's last year in his
He's
deal?
got, I think next year's the last year on his deal.
Gotcha.
So I think, as someone said, I don't remember who was tweeting this a bunch, but he hits like Matt Olson, he pitches like Luis Castillo. You saw who, both teams got for that. It's going to be impossible to put together a proper trade package for Ohtani. For how much Soto's going to get, you have to think
Yeah.
similarly with Ohtani because Ohtani's so fucking valuable. So it's too complicated of a trade to happen at the deadline, especially with Soto's name being thrown around. I heard the Yankees made an offer, the Padres made an offer. Ultimately, it's not happening.
Deadline's tomorrow.
Deadline's tomorrow at 6 p.m.
6, yeah.
So we'll see. I think a lot more trades are going to happen. As you said, this could really get the ball moving with a lot of
It's
trades.
going to start rolling.
We'll see what happens. What do you
the
think?
Red Sox sell a couple guys.
Yeah. What are some predictions you have for the deadline?
So I think the most likely Red Sox to get traded is Vasquez.
Really, not JD?
I think Vasquez goes the quickest. The Astros and the Mets want him.
They're waiting on Contreras, though. He's going to fall off to Contreras.
Right. But Vasquez and Real Muto are like the only catchers with 750 OPS and something else in the last 2 years. So I mean, he's a good player. I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah. And he's gone after this year anyway.
Right. I feel like you get something decent out of it, especially for a team in the chase that needs catching help like the Mets do currently. I think it'd be a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'd personally like to move Eovaldi. I hope we move him.
Yeah. And I think JD gets moved.
I also think JD
from
gets
reports,
moved.
it seems
yeah.
like he's.
It
I
seems
think
like
he's the most
gone.
likely Red
That's the
Sox.
thing. This weekend, it seemed like JD and Vasquez were good as gone.
Yeah.
Just the way they were received, the way people were talking about them. It's
Yeah.
So
I just also the fact that I heard that they want to clear salary with JD. I've heard 2 reports that contradict each other. One, they want to clear salary with JD, and one that they're trying to get a big package back for JD.
Yeah.
Don't know which one to believe. I'm leaning towards the money saving one because that's the
Right.
Red Sox MO right now. But if you think about like Chaim took over at GM after 2019, right? Traded JD. I mean, he's gonna get rid of. He's stripping the team down. Mookie, JD,
Which I hate.
Yeah. I mean, like everything's.
See,
going
that's
by
the thing.
wayside.
Heim came from a small market team, the Rays, and he did great there. I mean, the way they built their farm and the way they built their team, they've had a successful team. It's amounted to nothing.
Yeah.
Which is like the way you have to look at it is the way he runs the team. I think is fine, but you have to have a traditional sense of how to build teams and how to manage teams, and I don't think he's really grasped that yet. I think what works for the Rays doesn't necessarily work for the Red Sox, especially being in Boston, in a Boston market. You have to make splashes. You can't just play the cheap game and go get older guys that have impressive spin rates, like Waka and like Paxton and things like that.
Yeah.
The way he drafts bats, awesome. I mean, he's built our farm incredibly so far in 2 years. Like that's great, but he's not doing anything with them. He hasn't made any impressive trades. The biggest thing he's done is sign Story, which looked fine. I mean, he was probably going to win a Gold Glove had he not gotten hurt. I don't know. I just think he needs to figure out a balance of how to run a big market team as well as finding those gems and those guys. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he found Schreiber off a DFA, but guys like that are going to hit once every 10 or 11 guys you sign, and it's not going to be sustainable. So I think in terms of what he's done, parts of it have been good, parts of it haven't. Coming into this year, we knew the bullpen was a concern, and he did nothing. So I don't see it. I don't see it working if he continues to run the team this exact way.
I mean, he spent this offseason.
As far as
Story.
his belief in I mean, I agree, but then you baby out on sign. You sign 3 different guys, 3 different pitchers for cheap instead of going in on one, looking for other thing. I don't know. Some parts of what he does rubs me the wrong way. I think he just plays the Rays game in Boston, which I just don't think.
Which is what John Henry wanted.
You can't. I don't think you can do.
Yeah, so I think the Red Sox sell some pieces. As I said before, I don't think the Nats move Soto.
Looking like he's not.
It's something. Everything can change in an instant.
Right.
But as of this moment, from the national reporters, and the national reporters reporting this are the biggest dummies: Bob Nightingale and Jim Bowden, who are always wrong.
They're always wrong.
Do you remember the Ralph Gate a couple years ago? Jim Bowden's Ralph Gate.
Slightly.
So a couple years ago, Jim Bowden tweeted that someone got traded. I think it was Gerardo Parra back in 2014.
Oh, I do remember this now. Yeah.
No, it was that the Yankees at one. Okay, so Jim Bowden, former GM of the Nats, got banned from being a GM, got fired for being the Nats GM because he illegally recruited prospects. Whole story there. He turned the trade deadline in 2014. He tweeted out that Marlon Byrd was traded from the Yankees to the Yankees acquired Marlon Byrd from the Phillies. Now, the story was he got the tweet from a fake Joel Sherman, who was a New York Post reporter, who spelled the fake account, tweeted it Joeei with a capital I that looks like an L.
Yep.
Fell for it. Tweets out the story on his own account saying the Yankees are acquiring. He tweets out 2 minutes later that he tweeted Bird to Yankees. Did not credit the old Sherman, but he tweeted out the information that he thought was real from like as if he had it.
Yeah.
People started retweeting it. Everyone got excited. Then Joel Sherman said, "This is from a fake account. I didn't actually do it."
Yeah.
Jim Bowden panicked, and he deleted his Twitter photo. So he had an egg avatar. He transferred his account to another account, Jim Bowdiv. So he changed his Twitter handle. His original handle was deleted. It's fixed. It was fixed at the time of this. And then he deleted the old account, reestablished it, and then changed the name to Ralph. And then said he was hacked. So Jim Bowden is Ralph, and he's just an idiot. That's the story. So back to the original point, Bowden and Bob Nightingale, if you know anything about Bob Nightingale, is that he's always wrong about reports, are the only ones carrying the Soto weight. They're also the weight. They carry a lot of weight with a certain agent, Scott Boras, who loves to control the media. There's been reports of other teams. Ken Rosenthal has been reporting on stuff. But from Nats and Jesse Dougherty of the Washington Post was saying that it really has gotten quiet on that end. Obviously, something can happen. Padres, Cardinals, Dodgers are the final 3 teams,
I think
apparently.
if anything happens, it's the Cardinals.
Yeah. So we'll see. Don't think so gets traded. Bell could get moved, though. I would want the Nats to keep Bell. Fuck it. I don't think you're gonna get anything good for him. And what's the point? I don't want like a low A arm. It's not gonna make a difference. He's not gonna ever make the majors. So just keep him. Why not?
Is he up after this year?
Yeah.
Josh Bell? Yeah.
Who cares? You're not getting anything good for him. Dwayne Bacon. What's up, Dwayne Bacon?
doing?
Asks, do you think any team will take a chance on Joey Gallo?
Not for what the Yankees want, no.
I think the Yankees should get a reliever for. Yeah. Ooh. Tough. Tough.
I mean, the Yankees are asking for an outfield and a pitching prospect. They're not going to get it.
I mean, Yankees should just be asking for like a reliever or something for Gallo. A Gallo and a reliever and a prospect.
There's not a single team that wants Gallo right now. He plays in the most hitter-friendly park in the country.
He just needs to change the scenery.
And he can't hit it. He still can't hit the baseball.
He just needs to change.
And all he
the
does is
scenery.
bitch about the shift.
I think.
Bro, you don't touch the baseball. You can't bitch about the shift.
You know what I'd like to see? A team like the Nats take a flyer on Gallo and Andujar. Just
Why?
take them both. Because why not? What do we have to lose? We have Michael Franco and Yadiel Hernandez.
You're not wrong, yeah. I mean, I guess.
See if you hit on any of these guys. Maybe they become a valuable asset you can flip later. Give these guys plenty of at-bats, time to work on stuff, and just, see what happens.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, Gallo was doing okay with the Rangers before
Yeah.
he got
Yeah, exactly.
And he goes to New York. So if you really look at it from that perspective, it's probably he can't play on a stage like that. Which I feel like now that Yankees fans are breathing, like the New York media is breathing down his neck, I don't think it helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe going somewhere like Washington where it's a little more tame media wise.
Well, media doesn't give a shit.
There's no pressure right now either. So yeah, I mean, why not?
Why not? He needs the beard back.
He
Yeah,
needs
that's
the
definitely
beard,
it.
yeah. You know the crazy stat? You know how many sack flies he has in his career?
2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. He played what, like 6 years now?
More than that.
2 sack flies.
How many more years are you in the contract for?
Tyler might have 2 sack flies.
What?
No, Dante's back.
I'm sorry. I've kind of been out of it the last 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes.
we're just talking baseball.
Yeah, I know. I don't really have anything to add to this, so I
he's
just
a free
let
agent.
you guys take control here.
Is he a free agent after next year, Gallo? Or this year? This is earliest free agent 2023. Does that mean this year or next year?
Club option, maybe?
Signed through 2022. So he's a free agent after this year then.
Okay.
And what are the Yankees going to get for Gallo?
Nothing.
Like a half a year of a guy who's shit?
But like considering on how the Yankees have traded, like getting Michael King and Clay Holmes, do something.
Yeah, do something. Yeah.
right.
Anyway.
Want to move on and go to Debo?
Yeah, I think that's all we got for trade talk. I think one more thing. I think the Giants will end up selling Rodon.
Yeah.
I think
They're
and
open to
Peterson.
selling anybody not named Webb.
Yeah. I think they'll move Peterson.
I think they move Jock.
I think they move Jock. I think they move Carlos.
I think Yastrzemski gets moved too.
Yeah. Is he a free agent? I
don't
don't think
know.
they're gonna do
He's
anything
young.
I don't think they're going to do anything that puts them back next year.
No,
Because I think they still want to contend next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think Rodon's going to opt out of his contract after this year. This pitching market,
Rightfully so.
Yeah, this free agent market is going to be interesting because DeGrom, who's coming back tomorrow, might
Yeah.
I say, said he's going to opt out again.
Exciting day for baseball.
Yeah. And DeGrom opts out, Rodon opts out. Those two arms are going to be
Yeah.
command a lot of money.
Yep.
Oh God, lunch is coming up again. Ugh. But yeah, Dante, for your
Yes.
sake, we'll move on.
Okay. No, it's fine. I enjoy listening to you guys.
Oh, one
talk
more
about
baseball
it.
topic. While we're
All
talking
right.
baseball. One more baseball topic. Talk Aaron.
All right, back on my.
See you, Dante. I forgot to talk about this one. Aaron Judge is on the tail right now.
He is.
42 home runs on the season.
Pretty good.
He became the second fastest player to reach 200 home runs in his 761st game, only behind Ryan Howard, who achieved the feat in 2009 in just 658 games. Judge this year is on pace for 66 home runs. We just did a video this morning on our sports account, Lumberland
Yeah.
Sports on TikTok. Go check it out. We talked about how many home runs Aaron Judge will hit this year.
Mad because I said he wouldn't hit 60. How many times has it been done?
9 times. 9 times.
Come on.
Anyone?
He's gonna be close.
It will be close, but I mean, Shohei was on this pace too.
I mean, I don't know, Ben. I know I don't want to act like the baseball expert here or anything like that. But all right, 42. I mean, 42 halfway needs 18 more the second half. I mean, math. math tells me he's going to get more than 60. I don't
honestly
know.
hope so, 'cause I
I
think-
said 68. I think he will. I mean, yeah, he's definitely got to fucking cool down. I mean, I know. I know what I said. All right, I'm not. That's Nick's thing. I'm not going to steal Nick's thunder just because he's not here. I'm not trying to steal any lines from him.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
You could be honoring him. by using
That's
him.
true, but I'm Dante. I'm not Big Nick. I'm Dante at the end of the day. So I got to be myself and who I am. What did you?
I
What?
called you Dan.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's got to cool off eventually.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
he
so
also plays in New York. I don't know how many unicorn home runs.
Yeah,
did he have
I was
this
gonna
year?
say how many of those home runs would not have been home runs in other
they're
major
called
league
unicorn home runs.
ballparks?
He had one the other night.
Probably a good amount of them. How many home versus away home runs do you have?
I
Is
mean,
that something we can look up?
Ultimately, doesn't matter because he plays at Yankee Stadium, and that just happens. So
It's true.
comparing him to, let's say, Mark McGwire, who had 70 home runs, entering August on his 102nd game, Mark McGwire in 1998, when he hit his 70 home runs, was at 45 home runs.
Yep.
He'd go on to hit 26 more. He had a torrid finish of the year that
Okay.
year. His September was absolutely nuts. Finished the year with 70 home runs. Judge on pace for 66 in 100 games.
Yeah, I think something to look out for too is closer to the end of the year.
Will they
If they're
slow
up
down?
by
playing-
so
you
much.
start playing load management.
Yeah.
With Judge.
That's
which I think is
Possibly.
fair.
Also injuries.
Because they're up
obviously
11
has a
games right
history.
now.
Yeah, I mean it's
on the
not
Blue
really
Jays.
close.
But they're close to the Astros, and you want to be that one seed.
100%.
It matters for
100%.
for seeding and
Yeah.
whatever. That's going to be the interesting to watch. Would be
Yeah.
them two because they're only 2 games up with the Astros right now.
The
That's a
Astros
close
have
one.
Their number.
Yes, they do. And they have the head-to-head against
Actually,
the
Judge
Astros.
200 home runs thing, fucking misleading. Like the guy plays he averages 96 games a year. That's
Sure,
not what
but-
you want. He's already 30. It's a cool stat. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
just saying, I would hope a star by 30 years old has 200 home runs. So
Yeah, but I mean, he came up older. Came up at 20. His first full season was 25. So, it happens.
which again is why I don't think the Yankees are going to give him the money he wants. So
Yeah. Ryan Howard came up at 24. I mean, he's very similar position.
yeah,
Where his first full season was at 26.
yeah.
I mean, Ryan Howard played every game though, and then ruptured his Achilles,
Right.
and that ended his career. And the Phillies haven't made a playoff game since he ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah.
Who won MVP in 2017? When he
Altuve.
finished second.
Altuve.
Altuve did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, Judge robbed. Which looking back, like, yeah, robbed.
What, Jay?
Yeah.
Howard won a World Series in 08.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh wait.
08, they won the World Series. 09, they Roy Halladay never won a World Series. Halladay came in 2010, and in his first postseason game ever, pitched no hitter against the Reds. They win that first round. They lose to the Giants in the NLCS that year, and then the next year they play the Cardinals in the first round and lose in 5 games. I think, 5 games. On his way, Ryan Howard's the last out of the game. On his way to first base, Howard ruptures his Achilles,
Tough.
and the Phillies haven't made the playoffs since.
Rough.
So, I have a whole thing about how Ryan Howard rupturing his Achilles completely, like, there's a whole SB Nation now secret base video series called Collapse, where it's like the collapse of this dynasty and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great series. Check it out if you haven't seen them. I've always wanted them. I don't know if they did it ever, but I've always wanted them to do it on the Phillies because you can pinpoint it to one exact event. Ryan Howard rupturing his Achilles. And I also want to do it on the Nats collapse from being the team to win the World Series. They're the first team ever to win the World Series and then miss the playoffs the next 3 years.
Oh,
They'll probably miss the next playoffs for the next 7 years.
Tough.
So tough.
That
Tough
is
indeed.
tough.
Very tough.
And their collapse is very, very quick. So that'd be an interesting one too. Because I think the only active player on the roster who was on that World Series team, we have Soto, Robles, and Corbin. And maybe like Tanner Rainey.
Nobody even pitches here.
Corbin's pitched. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pitched a lot. Do you want to know his stats?
that doesn't sound like a good thing.
He's pitched, I'll tell you how many games he's pitched. He's pitched 21 games this year,
Okay.
tied for most in majors. He has a 6.49 ERA.
Oh, good.
He has 4-14 on the season. He leads the league in hits at 149. He has the most earned runs of any player in baseball this year.
How many home runs are you giving up?
Not 18, but that's not the most on the team. Josiah Gray leads the league in
Yeah.
home runs.
does.
I'll give you how many he's given up.
Who?
Josiah Gray, the
Josiah
Nats.
What team is
starter.
he on?
Nats.
Nash.
He's given up 24 home runs this year.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not good.
Wow.
Things are not good in
That's
DC right now.
tough.
Patrick Corbin could go
No.
fuck a snake or whatever. I don't
Fuck a
fucking care.
snake.
Okay.
I hate him. There's no Nats player I have hated more than Patrick Corbin because he's also just fucking batshit. Like off the field, he's batshit.
Yeah.
So I fucking can't stand that man. He helped us. He was a winning pitcher in Game 7 of the World Series, and
But a pitcher stat.
yeah, I know. I mean, he pitched big innings. He pitched 3 innings in relief. We wouldn't have won the World Series if it weren't for Patrick Corbin.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
I fucking can't stand the man.
That was then. This is now.
Exactly. So that's baseball.
That's baseball.
All
All
right.
right, let's
That's
talk
baseball.
some football.
Let's talk some football.
Football.
Debo Samuel.
Woo! Finally.
Hey, don't say that woo for a little bit later.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
There we go. Debo Samuel agrees to a 3-year extension where it's up to $73.5 million with the 49ers. 58.1 of that is guaranteed. He joins that that wide receiver class of DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, Terry,
AJ,
who-
and Hunter Renfro as well.
to get big extensions. But like,
He did got a big
an
extension. He
extension,
did.
but
He did.
in
It's
terms
just
of
so
the
funny.
class,
Yeah, he-
of-
one doesn't belong.
Have
Yeah.
you seen that picture?
And
Where it's
he's-
DK and AJ Brown absolutely shredded.
And then there's
it's
just
Hunter Renfro.
honestly, I
So
saw the
one of his
graphic at
receivers
first. I was like,
went
"Wait, who is that?" I didn't know who it
What?
was at first. I thought, dude, at first I thought it was a weed bag. Second of all, I didn't know it was him. I had to look at the caption
Yeah.
to find out that that's who that was.
I think
I thought it was Derek Carr at first. To be honest, you kind of look like him a little bit.
AJ Brown had something really interesting to say where he said, like, we were all in this one group of wide receivers and everyone got paid except for me by my original team. I was the one to get traded, and y'all said it was about me not wanting to be with the team. Like, he's like, go Birds.
I will say, I'm very thankful the Chargers signed Mike Williams months before this all happened.
Yeah.
Because
Well, Mike
everyone
Williams
was
is
like,
a different class of wide receiver.
no, I know. But in terms of setting the standard for how much receivers are getting paid, yeah.
And you guys did. When did Decaf get signed?
Last week. Decaf.
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 He's a big coffee guy.
I just
Decaf,
combined
that's good.
DK and Metcalf. So all right.
I mean, it's a good
I like
so
nickname, honestly.
so he got
Yeah.
3
I'll call
years
him Decaf from now
72.
on.
Yeah.
That's a good nickname. He got 3 years 72,
Seattle, and they do so much coffee in Seattle.
and
Yeah,
all
it works
works.
on so many
It all
levels.
works.
his guarantee. What was his guarantee? 30 million million signing bonus.
Yeah, they all got
58.2 guaranteed, and Debo got 58.1 guaranteed.
They all got identical contracts.
Yeah,
like
that's when I saw Debo's contract. I was like, isn't that literally what DK just got, or Decaf? Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Debo didn't.
Yeah.
Debo stopped holding out until after Trey Lance was named the starter, and not that bum Jimmy G.
I mean, they
Coincidence?
They gave him that money, so. I mean, McLaren's deal was $71 million over 3 years. AJ Brown contract was 4-year, $100 million. So he just got an extra year of same money.
Who do you? Okay, so out of everyone who's gotten signed and out of that class,
Yes.
who would you personally take?
Okay, but like, are we looking at situation like
I think
quarterback or
probably
like just
Debo.
Wide receiver.
Okay.
I think Debo does the most for you on the
Can
field.
we agree that Terry McLaurin's overpaid?
No. Terry McLaurin is one of the best physical wide receivers I've ever seen in terms of ball adjustment in the air.
I think he's a great receiver.
I think you want to know his quarterbacks he's had to play with.
No,
That's
I
and that's where
I
I'd
think he's
argue
never
on your
really
sit.
like he's never blown up in the way that you could see him because he's had Taylor Heineke throwing to him. He's had better.
Don't disrespect Taylor Heineke.
Now he's
I'm
got
going to disrespect Taylor
fucking
Heineke.
Wentz.
Don't.
Now he's good.
Now he's got Carson
good.
Wentz throwing to
Now
him.
he's good. Now
He's set.
Oh, you mean MVP Carson Wentz?
Yeah,
Yes, future MVP Carson Wentz.
exactly.
Check.
I think Terry is not overrated. I think he's.
between-
I think if anything, he's underrated.
I'm
Honestly.
between
I'm between
Debo
AJ Brown
and
and Debo.
AJ. Yeah, I like DK. Like he's a physical specimen, but like
I think
there are games where you just like he's not there. Yeah, and there are games where he blows up.
Which again,
right.
to be fair, he's gonna disappear a lot this year.
Yeah, so like at the same like good for him, he's getting the money, but like he's gonna have Drew Lock /
Geno Smith.
Yeah,
Geno
but
Smith.
I'm saying more so. Look at the Seahawks number 2. It's pretty easy.
He's
to
gonna
take
get
DK.
Still Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, but he's not comparable to.
He
Curtis
is- he is
Samuel
very
right now.
overrated.
Curtis Samuel's
in my
barely the number
opinion.
2. He's not going to show up ever. He's hurt already.
I feel like
And
he's
then-
just
and
always
then you're
hurt
looking
at this
AJ
point.
Brown, you got Devonta Smith.
yeah, I mean, AJ
that's-
Brown's got the best
it's
season this
easier
year.
to take DK out of the game and still
Yes,
play
yes,
a good defensive
yes,
game
I agree.
than it is to take the other receivers out.
And then now he's gonna have, like we said, Drew Lock and Geno
Right,
Smith thrown
that
into
too.
him. So
But going back to the Terry,
which
but-
I've heard Drew Lock's been pretty impressive this.
yeah,
whole
Oh,
sure. I'm
sure.
sure people have said that.
Drew Lock horsecock. I'm a huge Drew Lock fan. Huge Drew Lock fan. Fangio fucked him. Fangio actually fucked him.
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think he may have a James season.
Drew Lock. where he gets tears his ACL.
Don't you dare compare him to future Hall of Famer Jameis Winston.
I saw a TikTok this weekend that compared Jameis Winston to Peyton Manning.
I did
As
that
he
too.
should be, as he should be,
Only
as he
based
should
on the
be.
numbers. Nothing about
based on the
As he should be.
Nothing about reading defense. Nothing.
Dude, the guy couldn't
might.
see. The guy could never
Jameis
fucking
Winston.
see with both his eyes. Now that he can LASIK, Jameis is gonna fucking take over.
He could see goddamn on.
With no eyesight, bro. No
He also
eyesight.
threw 30 interceptions.
I don't give a
the same
fuck.
year.
Yeah, member of the 30-30 club, baby. That's very exclusive.
But going back to Terry.
Very
real quick,
exclusive. Are you kidding
in
me?
terms of adjustment-
I won a fantasy football
I've watched
championship.
this play.
He was my
Dude,
starting
listen,
quarterback.
Listen. It's an incredible catch. I've watched this play 1,000
Taylor
times.
Heineke throws a shit ball.
It is
I'll
an
respect
incredible
it, but I'll
catch,
respect
but
it.
an all-time botch job by Nasir Adderley. Sure. How do you not make this play?
But look at
How? No, it's an
Yeah.
incredible catch. Insane catch. Don't get me wrong.
Close your eyes, say a prayer.
So-
Chuck it up.
Hey, conversation's over.
Sorry,
here, buddy.
sorry.
Can't hear this kid.
Drew Lock. I understand his comparison.
Yeah. So we're talking Terry. Look at this play Terry makes.
That's
Look at
a crazy
Look at that
catch.
body adjustment, and that's not the only time.
That's
he
a
does that.
badly thrown
Terrible
ball,
throw.
too.
Also, should have been picked, but of course,
Yeah, should have been picked.
Chargers defense.
Oh,
And then-
Justin Herbert should have made the playoffs.
And then this play too. I mean, look at this catch. Like he can just adjust his body.
he's a
His
big
head-
boy.
He's
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's a good athlete, great
nutty.
athlete.
He is nutty. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to pick Debo just because he gives you more.
I think so too.
You can put him at. You can have him rush. You can have him catch.
Lineback.
You can have him fucking linebacker. You have him at corner. Quarterback. Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, you get most out of Debo, so I'd go him. Well worth the money.
Yeah.
I think that's a great deal for the
maybe it's
Niners.
Josh
He's
So-
also in a Kyle Shanahan offense, which never hurts.
yeah,
Josh.
yeah. That's
We're gonna have you on in a second.
yeah. So I think just him staying where he is with the coaching and stuff like that. Obviously, new quarterback stepping in, but I still think he's gonna be used properly and he'll put up great numbers. So
Yeah.
good for Debo.
I think yeah. Who'd you choose?
I'm between Debo and AJ Brown. I'd
Yeah.
take either one. Can
Yeah.
we talk about Rashawn Slater stonewalling Khalil Mack? Watch this.
I haven't seen this.
Oh, that's Bosa in this one. Still, stonewalls Bosa. Here's Mack.
Oh.
Still not touching the quarterback, though.
Damn. And Khalil Mack. I mean, the Chargers gonna be sick this year.
They should
I
be.
fucking
be
hope
sick,
so. I've
yeah.
heard I've heard the reports are the defense is stifling the offense.
Yeah.
So far this camp,
I mean, that's
which good because like that offense. Is,
I don't think we're gonna see a defense like that. Really, I think they had the best defense.
Well,
possibly in
it's
the NFL.
so. Here's the thing I'll say about Staley. Like Staley took a bad rap for the defense last year, obviously, but he didn't have the pieces to run the defense he wants because they're running a 4-2-5 right now. They
Yeah.
didn't have the defense to run a 4-2-5 last
Yeah.
year. So
Yeah. One last football topic, and then we'll get into wrestling.
I was going to say, what am I here for?
joke of the day.
Let's go.
We're not.
Joke of the
I'm
day.
kidding. I'm kidding.
We got one more football topic because someone asked a question. Ethan in the comments. A lot of noise so far about Lamar Jackson. You know, Kyler got paid. They also removed the Kyler's 4 hours of study a week.
They're soft for that. They're soft
Yeah.
for that. Keep it in there.
But the next big contract to talk about is Lamar Jackson, who should be
should be paid. Hasn't
be
gotten
paid,
paid.
yeah.
And probably won't be paid.
Do I think the Ravens will pay him?
yes,
I
that's the
they
question.
yes.
I think they will.
I ultimately think they will.
I think they will.
I don't know why they're waiting this long because it's just they're prolonging the inevitable.
Yeah.
He's gonna get whatever he gets sent somewhere, goes somewhere else. He's gonna get paid. So it's like might as well just get it over with now.
As Big Nick said last week about franchise quarterbacks, is they're so hard to get.
Yes,
It's so
same
hard to
thing with
get
like
a franchise
Kyler.
quarterback.
It's
With
just
Kyler,
like
you pay
at
him-
the time did you deserve it? No, but like where else are you gonna find a quarterback that can lead you to wins and like make it to the playoffs and stuff? Very hard. So you got to suck it up sometimes and
Exactly.
just pay up, to, even if you don't want to do it.
Nut up or shut up.
That's right. For Bill Russell. I always said that when I left the Celtics, I
What?
couldn't go to heaven because that would be a step down. Amen,
What?
brother.
He
Jason
hated-
Tatum's gonna quote that next.
This is also from at Boston Celtics.
No, that's a
Forever.
legit. I've seen that. I've seen that circle around
It's
the
like reading a
internet
tweet from
circulate.
at Dante on deck. Hardly credible.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Inside sources, aka Bill Russell, told me this on his deathbed.
Apparently, Herbert's shredding the defense currently.
Wow.
What a shocker!
All right, is this the Chargers podcast or is this?
Cold charges.
So yeah, Lamar Jackson. I think he'll get a deal before the season starts. I don't know why they're waiting this long. It's
Is
gonna
he a
happen.
free agent after this year?
I think so.
Is
Or
it
next,
year?
or after next
For
year.
next year.
After next year, yeah.
He's representing himself too in these negotiations, so
Interesting.
that's very interesting move by him.
Credit to him. He doesn't have to give his agent any money if he signs a
Yeah.
big deal.
agent.
So,
Yep.
you know, Floyd Mayweather doesn't have a manager. So every
Doesn't
fight
need
negotiation, he does it himself.
Doesn't
He's
need
dumb
it.
as bricks. That's
Yeah.
the shocking thing. Like he can't read a
Who
book.
said he can't read? Yeah.
50 Cent.
Cent.
He goes,
Yeah,
I'll pay you. I'll pay you like $1 million if you read
you.
one page of a Harry Potter book, and he like never did it.
Say what you want about 50 Cent. That dude
that
trolls like a
that
bitch.
beef was hilarious.
What was his? What was it? Ja Rule that he bought?
Yes, it was
Yes.
Ja Rule. He bought all the front row tickets or something,
his
so
concert.
no one would go.
Yeah, he bought all.
Fucking awesome.
Ja Rule. The
it's
concert just
hilarious.
opens and Ja Rule's just looking out to an empty crowd because he 50 bought all
Or
the
when
tickets.
Ja Rule performed at like halftime, at, like a Bucks game or something like that, he goes Milwaukee, and like no one responded. He goes, all right, and he did like
God, Ja Rule's such a meme.
funny. He got shit
John,
on.
John, get in here.
John, steal,
John,
steal,
John.
steal that mic.
Steal me.
All right, John. We got a couple wrestling topics to talk about. Mustache Bros here. Well, I guess.
Oh, no,
not
wrestling.
mustache-
No, I am a
Wrestling.
mustache bro.
He's a
The
mustache
fuck?
bro. I'm not in the Mustache Bros group chat. So I went no.
We're missing Mr. Viral today. It's a
We are
sad
missing
day.
Mr.
Somber
Viral.
day at the office.
Somber day. So big story from this weekend. We had SummerSlam, which happened this weekend. Logan
SummerSlam,
Paul.
baby.
Slamming of the
Logan
Summers.
Paul makes his has his debut. I don't even.
It
know.
was his first singles match.
First singles match. A lot of it sounded like an exciting weekend, and then also Ric Flair says goodbye to the wrestling world at 73 years
Again.
old.
For the 8th time.
Yeah, again.
Just about.
So I'll take it. I'll let you guys talk about it because that's my extent of my knowledge.
Fair enough. All right,
Welcome, guys, to the Mustache Bros Wrestling Podcast.
we are taking over. So SummerSlam was on Saturday. It was the first pay-per-view with Triple H, who is now in charge of creative.
You know what the 3 H's stand for?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley. That was like his very first wrestling name, and they shortened it to Triple H. 'Cause it sounds
Thought you
cool.
were going to get him, huh? You thought you were going to get him on that.
No,
huh?
I was just curious. I didn't know what
Can
it
I be a
meant.
game? Guess the wrestler by their shortened.
Guess the wrestler by their initials.
They had that event, and honestly, like. I watched the replay yesterday because I was busy Saturday, and I watched a handful of the matches, at least the notable ones, and like overall, like you could tell that Vince McMahon isn't in charge anymore. There were a few things that happened, like there was a few debuts, a return that happened like after the first match. These two female wrestlers, Dakota Kai, who did get released under Vince McMahon's power, and this other girl, her name is Io Shirai. I think her name is Io Sky now.
Sky.
Io Sky.
Shirai?
What?
La Shirai.
La Shirai, yeah. So she wasn't going to resign, but now Triple H's in charge. She resigned, obviously, and all these people came in. It was just a solid show. I mean, from my opinion, top to bottom, it carried well. Like it wasn't like any slow parts of the show. It flowed well, and good results and stuff. So
What I'll say, which I think is probably the most like relevant topic, at least to this show, especially. I hate to admit it. I'm not a Logan Paul or a Jake Paul or whatever. Really hate to admit it. He looked fucking good.
Yeah.
He hit one of the most impressive frog
Colin's happy you
splashes.
said that.
Bro,
he wore a shirt that said the Mav on it, or the
Did you-
Maverick on it.
did you see a video of his frog splash? Yeah. Fucking crazy, right?
He's an athlete, bro.
He looked great. He did a frog splash from inside the ring on the turnbuckle to the outside announce table.
Yeah.
You guys see the video? You see the video?
Nah,
It's
it's
interesting.
pretty-
It's
it's
pretty
pretty
fucking
dope.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's really
So
nuts.
the
He
thing
was
with
good.
the thing with him is like he's
impressed me.
just an athlete. The guy is so athletic. He was doing like leapfrogs. He did the
Yeah.
splits at one point
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
He needed to win over the crowd because they weren't even like booing him or cheering him. They just weren't reacting.
Right.
So and then he
it's,
did
yeah,
this.
it's an outsider coming in and stuff. and
he
it's
earned
like,
he earned their respect. He looked good.
All right, so
That's
they're
fucking nuts.
showing the
I'm gonna watch
splash.
it.
If you guys want to look it up, look up Logan Paul SummerSlam Frog Splash. It's pretty sick. He tells his wife, "Look what I'm about to do."
Like he looks like he belongs.
He looks
there.
like a
Is that his
natural.
wife?
No, that's the Mrs. Wife.
Ah, the Mrs. Wife.
She's beautiful, woman, Maurice.
Oh.
And like that's like a good distance. Like you gotta
Fucking
jump
crazy.
like pretty far to do that.
Let's go.
And the crowd, you got the crowd going. When the match was over, you got a standing ovation. Like, he won the crowd over. One thing about him, and me and John talked about this, Logan Paul, great athlete. I do think he'll stick around. Like, I genuinely think he signed a multi-year deal, so he will be around a few years. But like he dead ass like trains his ass off like in his free time. Yeah. We were talking about it. Some contracts, some clauses, like celebrities, like you're required to wrestle. They literally brought Ronda Rousey a ring like to her farm so she can like work out and stuff. I'm sure he has something similar. Yeah, I mean, the dude puts the work in. I respect it. You know, it's not like he's just coming in to get a paycheck. He actually cares. He says that he thinks he found his calling, so he wants to keep doing it. And like, as long as they turn him into a bad guy, because I think that's what his natural like persona is, I think he'll have a bright future. What? Japan? He ain't going to Japan.
And the other thing was the Ric Flair.
Yes.
I guess the big thing there is he
didn't die.
He faked a heart attack.
He did.
He
in
faked
front
a
of
heart
his daughter.
That's a fake. I mean, honestly, you're Ric Flair.
In front of
his
the
daughter and the
Undertaker, Mick
Undertaker.
Foley, and his daughter. He's standing there getting hit, and he's like holding his chest. And the guy that obviously that was in a part of it too. He was like, oh shit, like he actually was like, oh no. And then he like the ref came up to him, he's like, you good, and he just pokes him in the eye.
He goes, gotcha.
It's like, oh, you think I was dying? Ah, poked
It's
you.
like the call the ambulance, but not for me.
Not for me, no.
me.
And he cut himself open. He bladed himself. So
I didn't
he was
watch.
bleeding.
Did you watch any of it?
I
didn't
saw
watch
just
any
like
of it.
pictures at
Wait,
the
he
end.
cut himself open?
Yeah, he made
Oh,
himself.
he bled a
He
lot,
said
bro. He
before the
bled a
match
lot.
that he was gonna bleed and stuff.
Did
like
he
that.
brought out Big Gold?
Yeah,
The
big gold.
Crazy.
The guy looked. I mean, the guy's in his late 70s and he was wearing tights. The guy looked so bad. I'm so glad he kept a shirt on. Like, I didn't want to see his body. But he won.
didn't want to see
but
his body.
he won the match. I think they won. He put Jeff Jarrett in a figure 4 leg lock. So a classic finish for Ric Flair. And yeah, until the next last match. That's it for now, I
Until
guess.
the
The guy
next one.
neneeded a money grab. That's why this happened. He just needed money.
Not enough Cumberland Farms commercials.
No, not enough. Need more. So yeah, that was big wrestling week. Both the events were in Nashville too. Jeff Jarrett was literally a special guest referee at SummerSlam the night before and was in Ric Flair's last match the night later.
Nice.
Next night.
Ronda
So-
Rousey
Someone said,
lost. Brock Lesnar lost.
So
the
Logan Paul
Brock
was
Lesnar match
Logan
was
Paul won.
sick.
Logan Paul
The
won.
Brock Lesnar match, I don't know if you guys saw it either. He came out on a tractor, and then at the end, because it was last man standing, so last man standing is the opponent has to be down for 10 seconds, and when you win if you keep him down. He took the tractor trailer, brought it up underneath the ring, lifted up the ring, and the entire ring just like folded, like collapsed, and Roman Reigns was in the ring.
It was one of the craziest
and
things
he
I've ever
fell
seen.
out, bro.
It was nuts.
It was pretty. It was different. It was very cool. Very, very cool.
So you were excited by Triple H's direction?
I'm very excited, yeah, because I actually think WWE is actually going to be like borderline watchable now. Like he knows what he's doing. So
Do you think Vince McMahon has any say in it still? Now that it's his son-in-law.
I mean, he still has like shares in the company
Yeah.
and like he's a big stockholder, but like I don't
In terms of
think he's
creative, I
hands
doubt
on.
it. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's
'Cause
legitimately done.
His daughter Stephanie is now co-CEO, so like it's still in the family, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, either way, it's still McMahon.
Yeah, it's
So,
still McMahon. At the end of the day, he has to focus on because from what I read too, there's going to be plenty more lawsuits coming out.
Sure.
So I think he has his hands full over the next
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
So he probably should focus on that.
Okay, but you see Nikita Lyons at Disney World this
Okay,
weekend.
all right,
guys, thank you for having
That's
me.
wrestling.
Appreciate it.
That's
On that note, thank you
wrestling.
guys so much for watching in the pit today. Thank you for listening. We'll be back Wednesday with another episode. We'll have Josh on instead of Ben for that comment. He is suspended.
Back Friday for that
He'll be back
same
Friday.
comment.
God damn it. Yes, tune in on Wednesday for another episode, and we'll see you guys then.
Peace out.
Later.